It's not a brothel. It is something more complicated. It's more complicated than a brothel. It's a brothel, but you have to solve math questions. I'm sorry. Hello everybody to another episode of We the Revolution. In the last episode we got stabbed. we also made new friends by being stabbed. I'm not entirely sure how the world map thingy worked out for us. Especially this part, it says a failed intrigue, a successful intrigue, a successful, a perfect. Do we have 4 points? Does he have 4 points? I'm not sure how to read this because this is my color. But it's the failed one. I don't know, but I think we did it. Success, success. Failed. 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 Success. Still happening. I don't know how to read this. Anyway, let's go for this case. We do have good relations with a lot of people, position in hierarchy. The position hierarchy is getting stronger as you reach ever greater heights. That is nice. Minister fled. Jean-Marie Roland has fled Paris after receiving news of his wife's arrest. We know for a fact that before he escaped, he spread damning rumors about you. Why would they believe his rumors? But he spread a lot of rumors. Oh wow, those are terrible rumors. Influence -2, reputation -2, aristocrat endorsement -2, and revolutionary endorsement -2. That is terrible. However, we are still capped out an influence. Something to keep in mind, like we don't have to worry about our personal influence at this point, a reputation at this point. We are maxed out. We are pretty low with the aristocrats, but otherwise we are doing fine. But a picture of Bernard playing his beloved violin. We did so far sentence 3 people to death. The king, his wife, and the former guardmen, and we let 2 people go. Let's have a quick look here. If we issue the death penalty, we make a plus. If we send this person to prison, we make a lot more minus. If we quit him, oh my goodness, the aristocrats like us more, but I still think that aristocrat does count for more. It looks to me like aristocrat does count for more. Okay, this is prison is literally worse than the death penalty. This does have the advantage of being in favor of the aristocrats, but we would lose a ton of influence with the others. We kind of have to murder this person. We kind of do, but let's see about her first. By the way, our family also wants this person dead. There's a new spot in the hierarchy. We've got ourselves, hey, we moved up, and Roland moved down. We've switched with Roland. Okay, this has not changed at all. Prominent, he does not hide his support. Okay, this also hasn't changed. We swapped with him the space where we are, but the 2 texts don't have changed. By the way, this is Elliot. The card is unknown in every nook of Paris. We've read this before. She's the one who saved our life. Interestingly enough, the man who we now also control on the map, he is not on there. I did not read the case file yet. We can let her introduce and then read it. The defendant introduced herself. Jean-Marie Roland. Oh, okay, it's... Alright. It's the woman that had me stabbed. I'm actually okay with the death sentence at this point. You know what? You can put my face. You can put a little Josiah face right here. Jean-Marie Roland. The wife of the corrupt and treacherous Minister Roland. I've only been asked to give my name. You need not make a show of it, prosecutor. I've been accused of instigating treason and corruption. And I, of course, deny these nonsensical accusations. Of course. Since when do we even talk to traitors? Yeah, let's read this. Oh wow, there's a lot of text here though. Let's do it like that. Okay. Fabrice Poli. She is accused of corruption, treason, advocating monarchy, pondering, and attempted murder. The defendant is Jean-Marie Roland, wife of a minister who sympathizes with the guillotined Louis Capet. The woman has been accused of instigating treason and corrupting deputies of the convention. She supposedly bribed them with the services of prostitutes who worked for her under the cover of a political saloon. Initially, we knew little about the defendant's activity. As a woman, she did not take part in the life of politics reserved for men, instead supposedly hosting a political salon where the personages of Paris could meet and discuss the current social and political situation. It is true that such meetings indeed took place, but as we have learned from our informants, the circumstances were morally controversial. The disputants were entertained by ladies of questionable virtue, luxurious or not. Madame Roland is, in essence, ran a brothel. As we gathered information, gossip regarding the defendant's involvement in her husband's career became increasingly credible. We know that the resourceful woman was able to act behind the scenes to win the support of the minister's political opponents, and those who resisted her persuasive talk were tempted by the naked bodies of her girls. Hosting the saloon, she was also able to become familiar with the varied views of the prominent convention deputies. As a result, she was able to steer her husband's career even without his knowledge. The above findings have been confirmed by Isabelle Dugard, who worked for the defendant and under the alias Giselle. She testified that Madame Roland had many times hosted 3 men. While she did not know their names, she unhesitantly referred to them as scum of the deepest dye. I think that we can certainly make a link between these people and the 3 assassins who attacked Judge Fidelet. It is awful to think how many deaths they could have been involved with. Based on our information, we can deduce that the gossip about Madame Roland being one of the pillars of the coup d'etat planned by the Girondins is true. She did have an influence on her husband's career, and it is highly probable that he was able to achieve such a prominent position due to her involvement. She cooperated with individuals of questionable reputation, and she must have mastered the art of lying, and she was able to keep everything secret for such a long time. So basically, she ran a brothel and she tried to have me killed. Do you have anything to say about that? Okay, let's go for the questions. I only need the question, do you have something about how and why did you want me killed, and how do you justify it before I have you killed? Coup d'etat is... motive? Method? Assault on judge. How is there no accusation? 3 cutthroats would be the method. Giselle is a witness. Access to opinions of politician. What would be the motive for the brothel, right? The brothel is the method for the access. Running a political saloon was the method. The way this game works, I think it's actually offender's personality. Exclusion from politics. Masking of intention. Coup d'etat was the motive. Running the saloon was method. And assaulting me was the motive? Alright. Did you feel excluded by the revolution? As a result of your activity against the views of prominent politicians, did you participate in planning the coup d'etat? What was your motivation to establish a political saloon? Did you corrupt the convention deputies? And how you have truly perfected the art of masking yourself? Calling Isabelle Dugard. I kind of want to see the prostitute. Do you know about the attempt on my life? Did the 3 men refer to witnesses come deepest? I kind of just want to know about my life. Do you know about the attempt on my life? I did hear about that. What a horrible affair. I was attacked by 3 cutthroats. One of your charges has testified. She regularly saw 3 men of doubtful reputation at your establishment. It's a brothel. I assume there's always 3 men of doubtful reputation there. I doubt this is little more than a coincidence and a misunderstanding. In the light of the fact that your husband swore to see my death. People say different things when they are upset or agitated. It does not mean they will act upon their words. All of Paris knows the minister does nothing without his wife's instructions. You will pay for raising your hand against the judge of the tribunal. You heard that? An execution's on the way! Yes, it is. Yes, it is! You have truly perfected the art of masking yourself for a political saloon that turns out to be nothing more than an ordinary brothel. What is your question? How did you manage to keep this a secret from the people for so long? I was a political saloon. Sometimes we were joined by beautiful girls who came over to earn a piece of bread. They stayed close to the deputies, but they were never importunate. And you did not mind that? I understood them. Women have to stick together, and I will not let you call my political saloon a brothel. I was more than just an ordinary place. The brightest minds met there too. Spares the advertisement. The place will be razed to the ground after you have been guillotined. I like your style, Tyndall. I think you and me can... I think I'm starting to see you, Tyndall. I'm a bit too bloodlust here. Let's see the prostitute. Come on, Isabelle Dugas. Please introduce yourself. My name is Giselle. No, your name is Isabelle Dugas. Don't use your porn name on me. Your real name, please. But that's right. Oh, right. But that is my real... Oh, alright, my love. My name's Isabelle Dugas. Really? Is that how you talk to the court? Can I put you up there with her? You should address me as Monsieur le Judge. Alright, my... alright, my love. She's good. Ha! Really? That's all it takes to be good. I mean, do you know anything about the corruption of politicians in the defendant's saloon? Are you able to give an example of any incident which, in your opinion, appeared to involve the corruption of politicians? Yeah, give me any incident. Give me anything I can work with. I told you about it. I'd be as well to leave the city. If I told you about it, I'd be as well to leave the city. But if you do not tell, your head will leave your body. Once I was told to go with a young man to this house, Deputy Pierre Vernigon it was, and told to go in and take care of him as if my life depended on it. Is that all? That Vernigon treated me with all his might, if I can say that. Left me with plenty of bruises after, and on me way out, he says to tell Madame Roland she can consider the matter they discussed dealt with. What a corrupted pig Vernigon is. Yeah, can we put him up there with her? I feel like I want to put up that wife beater up there with her. Yeah, let's go to the scum. The 3 men you sent to kill me. There was no assassination, and those 3 are fruit sellers. Fruit? Yes, there's nothing suspicious about it, and I do not judge people by their appearances. Wait, but she just admitted she knows them. How about we make her give us the names and place we can find them? Because she admitted she knows them. So we can actually find the 3. And then I can still say, because remember they went masked, we can go like, yeah, that's totally them. So they did not plan to stab Robespierre and his comrades to death? Absolutely not. What if they could not kill a judge of the tribunal? How would they manage the deputies of the convention? Ask them about the assassination attempt. Where did they get their fruit? I don't know, you should ask them. We've been unable to find these people. Well, clearly doing business in Paris is no longer profitable for them. Honestly, from a personal and political point of view, we want to execute him. So I think the smartest thing is to go for did you corrupt the convention deputies? Because it will shift the jury to execution. So we can go with the jury. They corrupt the convention deputies and, excuse me for interrupting you, Monsieur le Judge, but the very thought of influencing politicians in such a despicable manner makes me sick for innocent girls to be used by monarchists. I agree, but don't you ever fucking interrupt me, Tyndall. I was starting to warm up with you. And you interrupt me during my investigation. When did you become my boss? I would like to remark that the politicians took advantage of the services these girls provided on their own free will. They came to me to talk about politics, who they left with, and what for, if you excuse me, is none of my business. But you just admitted to it happening! Did you receive anything in exchange for arranging such meetings? If anything at all, only their willingness to return and discuss politics. In other words, it could be said they were regulars to your brothel. that was smooth. That was smooth, Thermal. I'll take it back. It's not a brothel, it is something more complicated. It's more complicated than a brothel. It's a brothel, but you have to solve math questions. I'm sorry. Rather, a place for the exchange of modern thought. A modern brothel. But I will not deny the fact that in your salon, the politicians enjoyed essential pleasures. This is a free country, and I'm a tolerant person. That's a no. Yeah, we got her. I think if we do this, it goes down to imprison, and I think we want to, from a political point of view, we want to execute it. From personal point of view, I definitely want to see her executed or in prison. And prison would be very bad for us. Then again, actually prison would be pretty bad for us, yeah. This prison literally is worse than this. Okay, from a political point of view, we do want to see executed. Personally, I'd be okay with her in prison, but then she did stab me in an alleyway and leave me there to die. So I wouldn't mind returning the favor. I am against the death penalty in real life, but I wouldn't feel as bad about this as I did with every single other person I've executed so far. Like the king and his wife. I think we'll take this. Let's go for the report. The defendant confessed to the crime. No. Was her icon a revolutionary? I think so. She wanted to kill Robespierre, right? And she had like political meetings. Was the cover of Rowan's whorehouse. Political zone. Other commander explained the suspicious men showing up in the spell. The bandits were high above the political war. They were warning and they were fruits on us. We got it all, guys. We got it all. Ooh, finally we hit the line. For the first time we hit the line. Yeah, you know what? This is what you get. Don't mess with Fidelity. Or whatever my Fidel, I don't know. Don't mess with me. And you. I can't close it. Hello? Oh. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot I need to stamp it. Your guilt is unquestionable. I sentence you to death. I have nothing to add. We want blood! Off with her head! That's what happens to traitors. We had everything right, we got the bitch executed, and there's one less brothel in Paris, and for some reason the common people are happy with that. Well, I mean, it was only a rich people brothel, right? So I can understand that the aristocrats upstate. Alright. We'll hold a speech. We have a super high reputation, so there's not really something to lose, right? Sure, let's reveal it. Carefree about this. Yeah, I think careless is okay with the crime. Like, I don't care that she wanted to kill me. Like, I can handle it. I can take it. Defendant. The crowd is oversensitive towards the defendant. What? So, if it's oversensitive, I guess humility is the right thing. They're attached to the revolution, so we'll try to manipulate them. Oh, all three, okay. Sweet. We'll start with the carelessness. For this convict here, killing was as easy as breathing. That is how guillotining is to us. The French Revolution will unfortunately prove this to be more than true. Oh wow. The crowd goes wild. Let's go humble. This criminal belongs in the grave. Only then can we build a better future. And finally, the reign of the previous rulers, whose goal was to bring injustice to the people, ends with their swift deaths. And we have hit full satisfaction level. We only gain reputation though. We didn't really need to hold a speech here. We have full reputation already. Are you coming to murder your opponent in person? Well, you also tried to kill me, you just didn't do it in person. You know, that was your mistake. You should have killed me on a pedestal in the middle of the crowd. This is what civilization looks like, apparently. Keep in mind that the last person to be executed in France, I think, was in 1970 or something like that. Like, it wasn't long ago. Daddy liked that I murdered her. My son liked that I murdered her. My wife liked that I murdered her. And my other son doesn't care for me murdering people. Okay, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. We could keep going on the statue. But I'd actually be okay with making mommy and older son happy. This actually would probably work for me. He's maxed out, so I'd lose a little bit here. You know what? We're going for the evening stroll. I still don't understand because it says you take your family for an evening stroll around Paris. It will let your father stretch his old bones a little. That sounds like you're doing something nice for your dad. But your dad hates you for it. And everyone else likes you for it. But that's okay. Oh, he's basically maxed out. She is maxed out. And he's maxed out. Everyone's maxed out except for Daddy. That's okay. Dad, I'm looking out for your health, goddammit. Let's look at this. Yeah, he actually killed him. Perfect. We know it is Clément Renard we are fighting. We have taken over 2 of the areas from him. Perfect. Monagaskim, it was Renard all along. An agent cried his superior's surname just before he died. Renard. Once revealed this information, his people will struggle to stay on the streets of Paris. Is there anything to gain from silence then? Well, there would surely be a commotion in the city. People would start hunting the hidden traitors. Maybe real power would stem not from a battle, but from a silent alliance. Muscadins, they interfere with your business, that of your enemies, stirring up crowds in the sectors. Can he actually take over places? The enemy agents, increase your influence. Taking over a section. Taking over a section. Increase your influence over this one. Yeah. Can you kill him? No? No? Okay. Apparently not. How about you go here then, increase your influence. And you go here and increase my influence. Let's try to take this over. They have an incredible fervor though. How about instead we go here and increase our influence? I don't actually know what fervor means, but I think it means they're hard to take over. So how about we do this? And we'll... all of these have low fervor, so we'll try to take over all these places. And this will be the last place. We'll send all our agents there at once, hopefully. And yeah, let's go to the hierarchy. But Roland isn't executed, he fled. Where are we now? The Eminence Grise of Paris, the Grey Eminence of Paris, a ruling of the city's trade and involved in any and all profitable ventures. He suppresses all dissent. It's evidenced by the incident with the stall of Alexis Fidelis' father. A member of the aristocracy, he retired from public life after the outbursts of the revolution. No one is quite sure what his motives are, except for multiplying his fortune. Alright. I think I want to expose him. I don't think I want another powerful figure. Because I don't think I can control him. I'm just not that self-confident. Like, you can go like, okay, he's been the bad guy and I use this information to control him. But I don't think a person like this, like if you read this, does that sound like a controllable ally to you? Like a controllable puppet I can use? Because to me it doesn't. To me that sounds dangerous. We have 10 notifications, okay. Let's end the day. So yeah, I think if we get the choice, I think I want to expose him. I think that's the strongest thing I can do. It seems that the revolution is losing its breath. The situation is slipping out of the convention's control. I think that we will clean up their mess once they have finished. Dear judges of the Revolutionary Tribunal, every day the enemies of the Republic become greater in number. We are making an effort to weaken the traitors, but if we are to succeed, the Tribunal must be faster and more decisive. No more shall we sentence people to prison. Enough with prolonged trials. Whenever you approach a straightforward and obvious case, the investigation will shorten the files, and according to the law of 22 Priorial, you judges will be able to sentence the accused immediately after identifying them. No trial will be necessary. What the hell? Basically, we don't have a prison anymore and we can execute without trial. We have been given ultimate power, but also, like, that comes at a cost. Like, I don't like this because I don't want to constantly be executing people, if you know what I mean. I don't like this, even though I've just been given that great power. I don't think I want it. What, are we going to decapitate people in droves now? Traitors and enemies of the Republic. But of course. Today we only have several minor cases to deal with. The Roland's thugs executed the assassination attempt. Paid for it. I still do not know who planned it though. All right. Decide the fate of each defendant with care. You will not be able to take any decision back. Pay attention to what supports the defendant. Okay, there's a ton here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the episode here, and I will see you on the next episode where we will take care of these minor cases where we just say, does he live or does he die? That's all we get to say, but that's for the next episode. Have a good one, everybody, and I'm gonna see you on the next episode. Bye bye.